How's it going, guys? Helmsie here. I wanted to talk to you guys, as you may have guessed by reading the title of the video, about how rogues are standing right now. I mean, they're not in the greatest of spots, you know. No arena team wants a rogue on their team. It's just they're not in a very good spot right now, and it's sad because it's what I like to play, and I love sub rogue. And you know, I mean, sub rogue was the best spec for rogues whenever the game first came out. It was one of the best classes in the game, or best specs in the game. And then you have, you know, they nerfed it. I think it was just the first like hot patch they did. They just nerfed it into the ground, and then they decided to start nerfing all of the other rogue specs. You know, people started complaining like, oh, sub rogue isn't even viable anymore. And so they're like, okay, yeah, let's make sub rogue viable. How are we gonna do that? We're gonna nerf the shit out of assassination and outlaw. Even though outlaw was never really in a good spot to begin with. So rogues have had a very, very rough time during Legion. They say that rogues are supposed to be this glass cannon, like they're supposed to be able to put out a large amount of damage, you know, be able to kill somebody very quickly. But if they're focused, they're gonna flop over and they're just gonna die, which I'm completely fine with. I'm completely fine if they decide to make rogues the glass cannon. The problem is that that's not what rogues are right now. Rogues are just glass. We have no cannon. You know, there's nothing more to us than just being able to do decent damage and die. that's it. And I mean, like, for that matter, what does that make a DK? Like an armored cannon? Like, what the hell is that? DKs do a ton of damage and they have a ton of survivability. They don't have a lot of control like, you know, your sub and outlaw rogues do. But still, that's pretty insane. That is absolutely crazy that they're doing that they're saying like, oh yeah, they're supposed to be glass cannons, but we don't have a damn cannon. There's no cannon to rogues at all. Not even assassination, and that's the like highest damaging spec. You know, they nerfed that into the ground recently too, where your ruptures are doing 20k ticks. That's terrible. That is your major damage right there, and it's doing a 20k tick. That means if you exsanguinate it, it's doing 40k a second. That is nothing. That is absolutely nothing. You know, people have 2.5 million health and you're doing 40k a second on your burst. Good stuff. You know, obviously there's more stuff to mix in there, like your poisons and Garrote for, you know, that 200,000 damage over 18 seconds, which they didn't nerf Garrote, which is good. So I have seen more people going with actually like a hemorrhage build, which is kind of strange. But anyway, you know, assassination has always had high damage with very, very low control, which makes sense because the damage was absolutely insane, and it was great. You know, the damage comes from bleeds. Well, in threes, why wouldn't you just pick up a feral druid? They have more survivability and they can do more consistent damage with their bleeds or like right next to oh, what is it? Ferocious Bite. They can do Ferocious Bite, and it hits strong too. So why wouldn't you just pick up a Feral Druid? Well, that's the thing, is everybody's just picking up Feral Druids now. Nobody wants to play with an Assassination Rogue, or very few people, because of that. Sub Rogue has high control, high sustain damage. Your survivability as a Sub Rogue isn't terrible, but it's not that good. I mean, let's be honest, you don't have that much. You know, but let's face it, a Windwalker Monk's gonna do your job 100% better than you will. They're the most mobile class in the game. One tick, and I remember Census saying this in his video, because a lot of multi-glad rogues are actually starting to feel bad. Yeah, they're starting to say like, you know, what is this, Blizzard? Like, why are rogues terrible right now? They're not viable in any comps really. I mean, like even RMP is pretty much dead. I mean, it's one of the more difficult comps to pull off in threes. But you're looking at Census saying that a 1 tick off of a Fists of Fury does more damage than a 5-point Eviscerate from a sub rogue. That's our main damage. Like, that's how we get our damage off. We use that one ability, that Eviscerate is our damaging ability. So it's like, oh my gosh, it's rough right now, boys. It's rough. And I mean, like, Windwalker Monk has better like life sustain. Like, they can keep themselves alive with Karma. They can keep themselves alive with a couple other cooldowns. Like, they're just in a better spot. So why wouldn't somebody else pick them? You know, you can replace RMP with just a Windwalker, and as opposed to a rogue, and you're probably gonna win more games. You're probably gonna have more success. And then you move down to outlaw, the class that's never been that good, or the spec that's never been that good, except for I guess like pre-patch, you know, pre 7.0, pre Legion. It's just it's disgusting. But outlaw has decent damage with high control. It has in my opinion, it has a little bit less control than sub rogue, which I believe it's supposed to. The problem is that it has, you know, it has a 25-yard range stun being between the eyes. It's the only class that has gouge left, or the only spec. Sorry, I keep saying class, but it's like, it's not that good. It is not very good right now, and it's super RNG. Like if you mess up on roll the bones and you get something that's not useful, have fun, because you're not going to be able to put out very much damage in that amount of time. Now, say you get something like 3 buffs, and it's like True Bearing, Shark Infested Waters, and whatever the other one is that you want, you know, in there. It could be anything on that one, but like then you're going to be able to put out a lot of damage. But if you get like 1 buff and it's like Jolly Roger, yeah, have fun. Have fun. You know, it's not good. And I mean, the other thing that can replace you in a comp, I guess, if I haven't seen an outlaw in arenas in a very long time, but you're looking at like Frost DK. Frost DK is going to be able to go in there. Frost DK is going to be able to out-survive you. Frost DK is going to be able to destroy you almost immediately. I mean, they do a ton of damage. You know, I mean, they don't have the best survivability, but I mean, like, right now, they're one of the most OP classes in the entire game, so it's insane. Like, rogues are in a very, very tough spot right now. Whenever it comes to deeper stratagem, they decided to go ahead and nerf that, because it was the only, like, viable thing for your outlaws, and I mean, like, a lot of sub rogues actually started taking that, and it was, I mean, like, it was pretty good. It made your eviscerate start to hit a little bit harder than they were. You know, things were kind of looking up, and then they just decided to nerf it. So hopefully, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I really hope that the rogues get some attention. I don't know what they need. I don't want to be the person to say what they need, because they need something, because they're not viable in any comps. I mean, like, yes, you're gonna have those people. You'll run into them in arenas, and you're gonna run into very, very good ones in arenas, especially the sub rogue. Sub rogue's a high skill cap class. I'm not nearly as good at it as half the freaking people who play it. You know, I just play it because I enjoy it, and I think it's a really fun spec. But I mean, I'm not even the only one complaining about this. You know, like I said, Census, I watch Rhythm, and I watch Dalaran. Those guys complain about this stuff all the time. I mean, there's plenty more of the people out there who complain about it, including like Naj, and all like pro players. Like these top tier rogues are complaining about it. Finally, like they kind of bit their tongue, and I understand why they did that. It's, you know, it's kind of a thing of like, okay, well, rogues have always been pretty decent in the past, so Blizzard's gonna fix this mistake of theirs. And they haven't. They've done nothing but nerf us into the ground even more. So anyway, guys, that was my rant, my 9-minute rant. So I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I wanted to actually make this video only like 6 minutes, and then I ended up talking for longer. So I'm gonna wrap it up super quick here. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy Rogue. This isn't gonna make me stop playing Rogue. I still enjoy the class. I still enjoy Sub Rogue. Sub Rogue's still gonna be my main. I'm still gonna be putting out videos over Sub Rogue. It's in a rough spot right now. There's no other way to say it. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this rant in the background footage that I put up. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.